Hey, artsy friends, welcome to my Shorty Art Journal series. This is where I take a half-size composition notebook and turn it into an art journal. So if you are new here, I have a link down below to how I set up my composition notebooks. And every page usually is a little different. So I'm starting with some collage because, as you can see, I have some bleed through from previous pages that I have done, which is fine. I kind of anticipate that. If I'm using alcohol markers and I know the ink is going to bleed through, then I typically start with some kind of collage or just acrylic paint because it covers pretty well, because I tend to layer quite a bit because I like things that have depth. So I'm starting with an old sewing pattern. So a couple of years ago, I think I did a video. Yes, I did a video about when I went to like the Goodwill bins here in the US, where like it's a thrift store where you buy things by the pound. And so you can just grab all kinds of materials that, books, cookbooks. I think that's where I got these old sewing patterns. And the paper in the sewing pattern is like almost like tissue paper. It's really thin. So I'm just tearing it up and using it as collage for my base layer. I like that there's just different words and different designs, and even though I'm going to be covering it up, it's always like these little details that peek through that I think make a page interesting, because if you look really close, I think actually I heard recently art is meant to be admired from a distance. And I realize a lot of times at the end of my videos I will like kind of do some close-up shots, and you really do see the lack of perfectionism, at least in my style. I don't mind. I don't have any problem like making circles that aren't perfect circles or whatever. But it is kind of fun as you flip through a journal, like my journals anyway, I like to kind of look close and see what I can see in the backgrounds, because sometimes I use some interesting materials. So yeah, I'm just smearing paint all around. I just use like a little cosmetic wedge sponge. So I try to reuse them a few times before I throw them out. You can kind of wash them a little bit too. Just spread them as long as you can. And I forgot to hit record when I started writing my quote. And my quote is, "I believe great people do things before they are ready." Yes, I know I got ahead of myself here. So spoiler, that's the quote. And the idea is, so often for me, I can just tell myself, well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do this. Especially when it comes to like marketing my business. I do declutter coaching and organizing, and I absolutely love it. I know that I'm good at it. I know that it's something that I really actually feel called to do, but I will make excuses like, oh, well, I'm not ready to make a advertisement, or I don't know, just stupid things. So when I find quotes like this that really grab my attention and kind of speak to where I'm at in life, or what I'm thinking about, going through, contemplating, or just need encouragement in, I like to put those in my art journal. So I think this was a quote by Amy Poehler, who is a comedian. Great people do things before they're ready, because sometimes we'll just never feel ready. Okay, so now I'm going to add some detail to the background, and this like turquoise color always looks good on all my bright colors, so it's one of my faves. You'll see it a lot in my journal. So I'm just going to add little doodly details to the bottom because I just need to build it back. So sometimes you can build up the whole background with lots of details and then write your quote or your focal point over the top. And other times you can kind of fill in around it. So this time I'm more filling in around my quote. Each way will kind of like look a little bit different, and you can experiment, try it different ways. Okay, so I'm just taking a regular like gel ink pen and outlining my doodles with it. And I haven't used just a regular pen very much because I usually ended up like smearing it. But I think part of it is because I used to use Mod Podge to like seal my whole page. And then that's when I get a lot of that smearing from an ink pen. But I don't really bother doing that too much anymore. So I'm just going to make sure I don't do that on this page. And then it does usually take a little bit longer to dry too. So I just have to be really careful about moving my hand. Like right now, my hand is resting on top of where I just doodled. So I think I did end up with a little bit of ink on my hand, but it didn't smear too bad. So yeah. And then I'm just going to fill in the background with the same color, but with dots, because I like dots. And dots of various sizes. Big dots, small dots, little dots, tiny dots, great big dots. Okay. And then I'm just going to outline those dots and then put some more dots inside the dots. And that's pretty much it for the rest of this page. So I'll catch you at the end. So I'm just doing a little test swatch with that same color again and drying it because I want to do some like pink or peach dots on top of it, but I want to make sure like it's gonna, which I'm trying to decide which one will look best. And the winner is dun, 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 pink. Pink wins a lot, I have to say. In my brain, pink, you know, it just, I don't have to be like equal participation for equal colors because it's not about equality when it comes to color. It's about favorites and whatever fits my mood at the moment. So yeah, anyway, I'm just filling in my turquoise dots with pink dots. Ta-da! And I'm done. Woohoo! Okay, so here is a art recipe card. You can either take a screenshot if you're like on a tablet or a phone, or you can download a free PDF below if this would be something helpful for you. It's just, you know, if you like a little step-by-step guidance. And I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today and that you are inspired to go make some art and come back and hang out with me again. Have a blessed day.